Hello. You see, we have one participant. Is your audio on? Well, I hope you are able to see me and hear me. My name's Alexis. I'll be your teacher this evening. This is Candlelight Yoga. If you want to chat with me, there's a little chat button at the bottom if there's anything you want to say in case your audio is not working. We've got just a few minutes before class will get started. While we wait just a couple more minutes to see if anyone joins us, I'll just let you know there's a few yoga props I want to point out here that I'll be using this evening in this evening's practice. So I'd like for you to grab these items if you have them nearby, or if you need to go grab them, that would be a good time. But you'll want to have at least one yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, you can use a small little pillow. Something that's lightweight and small will work just fine. I like to have a blanket for underneath my head or towards the end of practice if I want to cover my body in Shavasana. A blanket is nice to have nearby. And then you'll also want to have 2 bed pillows or 2 pillows that you can use to support the weight of the legs. We'll be starting in a position called reclined bound angle pose. And so I want you to have something to support your knees. Okay, so, oh, hello, I can see you now. Do you want me to be able to hear you? I can try and unmute you. Oops.
Up to you.
There we go. Hi.
Hi.
How do I say your name?
Renana.
Renana, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for joining me this evening.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I got my candles all set up.
Awesome.
I'll show you. See?
Oh, perfect. Renana, were you the one that led the Zoom tutorial?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for doing that. That was really helpful for me.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, I feel completely at home now with Zoom.
Well, yeah, that's great. That's great. I'm so happy to hear that.
Were you able to grab these goodies?
So I get some pillows here. So I think it should be okay. It's not perfect. I still need to get some equipment shipped, but I think we're good.
Okay, yeah, well, it's always fun to just kind of modify and make do with what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready to
Okay. Well, I guess it's just the two of us. That's it.
Yes, just us. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute you.
Okay.
And here we go. All right, so we're gonna start in reclined bound angle pose. And so I'm gonna use the pillows. I like to have the extra support, but this can be done without pillows too. It's a reclined position, so you're going to want to lie down. If you are using supports under the legs, you'll take the pillows or anything you have and you can just place them right on the outside of the legs. In this position, the soles of the feet are going to come together and the knees are going to fall out to the side. You'll bring your palms behind you and just lower down nice and slow to your elbows and then all the way down onto your back. Once you're down, I want you to decide if you want to have your arms by your sides with your palms rotating up, or if you crave a little bit more connection with your body, you can place your hands onto yourself. You can put a hand on the belly, a hand on the heart. And then we'll move into a practice for mindfulness. Just mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of the breath, and mindfulness of the thoughts. And so either keeping the eyes open, just softly gazing at the ceiling, or closing the eyes altogether, I'd like you to direct your attention inward. Notice all of the touching points that you have with the ground. All the places where your body is touching the earth. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin, or the way that your clothes feel on your body. Notice the way that your breath moves in and out. And then notice sounds, any sounds around you. And now come back to your breathing. And I want you to follow the breath wherever it goes in your body. Perhaps you feel the rise and fall of your belly center. Or the expansion and contraction of the ribs. Perhaps you notice the breath in the shoulders, or maybe you feel the breath in the neck. Or maybe it's right there on the upper lip, just below the nostrils. Just allow your awareness and your attention to be on your breathing now. Now we'll set the intention for our practice. I thought it would be nice to have our intention be for the body. So I'd like you to silently repeat this to yourself. With your attention on your body, say to yourself, joyful, energetic body. Joyful, energetic body. Joyful, energetic body. And now I'd like you to just contemplate that phrase, joyful, energetic body, and allow any images or memories or ideas or concepts of what that would mean for you or what that does mean for you. Perhaps an image of yourself comes to mind of yourself feeling joyful and energetic in your body. Maybe there's an activity or an expression on your face that really expresses joy and energy. For me, it's an image of laughter and a sensation in my body that feels playful and almost childlike. So whatever came to mind for you, perhaps you use your practice tonight to cultivate that, to connect that image in your mind to an actual feeling and sensation in your body. And so allowing any imagery to dissolve now, and just coming back to the touching points that you have with the earth. And if your arms aren't already by your side, go ahead and allow the arms to rest by your side again. And on your next inhale, you're going to bring your arms all the way up above your head. And once the arms are up, go ahead and clasp hold of opposite elbows. If that feels too restrictive for the shoulders, you can hold on to forearms or clasp your hands instead. Take a few moments to breathe into the ribs, to breathe into the chest, the upper back. Welcoming any lift here of the ribs or any movement of the spine to accommodate the arms lifting up and overhead. Just allowing your body to move in any way that it would feel good tonight. Take another deep breath in, filling up to your comfortable capacity. And as you exhale, you're going to release your elbows, straighten your arms, and bring them up into the air, right above your chest. And then on your next breath in, you're going to take your arms all the way back up again and clasp hold of opposite elbows with the opposite arm on top. So just switching your grip a little bit. Take another few deep breaths here, filling up the belly, filling up the ribs and the chest. And just allowing your awareness of where your breath goes in your body to travel in all directions. And then on your next exhale, whenever that comes, release your elbows. And this time bring your arms all the way down to your sides again. And you're going to slide your hands behind the back of your thighs and help the knees together. Now, once the knees are together, your feet will be on the ground. And you'll just walk your feet apart so that they're a little bit wider than your hips. If you're lying on a yoga mat, that hips distance position or mat width, excuse me, mat width position might be perfect, the perfect position for you. Okay, and then from here, I want you to bring your arms out to the side like a T. And we're gonna move dynamically with the breath. So I want you to take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, release your legs, your knees over towards the left side. So you're coming into a simple twist. The legs are staggered. And as you inhale, come on back to center. And then exhale the knees over towards the right. Just dropping the legs down to the right. Inhale back through center, and then we'll go back and forth a few times. Exhale to the left, and if you'd like, you can also rotate the head so that you're looking towards the left side too. Inhale as you bring the knees and the gaze back to center, looking straight up. And then exhale over towards the right, turning the head to look right as well. Do that one more time on each side. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Inhale through center, and exhale to the right. Inhale and come all the way back to center now. And allow your feet to come back to a hips distance position. You're going to bring your arms down by your sides. And then I'd like you to draw your right knee in towards your body. And just give it a little squeeze for single knee to chest pose. Take a nice full breath in. And then exhale and set that right foot down. Bring the left knee in now, single knee to chest pose. Give it a little squeeze. Stay here for a breath. And then exhale and set the left foot down. And I would like you to bring your hands to the top of your thighs. And we're going to do what I like to call mindful yogi abdominal work. Now with your hands resting on your thighs, what we're going to do is we're going to slide our palms up towards our knees. And as we slide our hands up, we're going to be lifting our head and our shoulders away from the ground. Now it's really important that we center our awareness into our abdominals. And so when we lift the head and the shoulders, we want to squeeze the abdominals, engage them, and then draw them down towards the back body. You'll almost feel like you're kind of rounding or pushing your lower back into the mat. We're going to do 5 to the center, 5 to the left, and then 5 to the right, getting a nice well-rounded experience here in our core. Okay, so I want you to take a nice deep breath in here, just with the hands resting on the thighs, the neck and shoulders are on the earth. And as you exhale, you're going to lift your head and your shoulders. Slide your hands towards your knees, lifting up to a comfortable height, right? And then as you exhale, you're going to lower back down with control. Inhale as you lift up, drawing the belly muscles down. And then exhale as you lower with control. Now, if a different breathing pattern works better for you, maybe an exhale on the lift and an inhale as you come down works better, that's okay. Go with that. I want you to just use your breath in a way that feels completely natural for you. Each time that you come up, work on relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. Okay. Now I'm going to do one more just for good measure. I've kind of lost count for myself, but hopefully you've hit 5 total through center. Okay, now once the head and the shoulders are back down, you're going to take your left hand behind the back of your head and just rest your head into the hand. Bring your right arm straight up into the air, right over that shoulder, and then we're going to reach towards that left side. So I want you to take an inhale here. And then exhale, peel head and shoulders away from the earth and reach towards the outside of your left leg. Now, as you come up, you're going to set the intention to lift both shoulders, even if the left one doesn't come away from the earth that much. Mine certainly doesn't. And then with your breath, come right back down. For me, it's an inhale this time. Okay, exhale as you lift up, reaching towards that outer left ankle, outer left shin, and then lower down with control. 3 more, flowing here at your own breath pace. Now, if at any point the neck and shoulders start to get aggravated, if it feels like it's too much resistance or strain, then just rest, let go of the practice, relax. And when you feel relaxed again, then try again. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. I'm pretty sure that's 5 for me on this side. And then I'm going to come right back down to center. I'm going to go ahead and bring my right arm, right hand behind the back of my head, lift the left arm up into the air, and I'm going to do 5 now on the other side. As you lift the head and the shoulders, think of funneling your front ribs towards the top of your pelvis. So you're really squeezing and pulling down. Try not to create a lot of momentum as you lift. Really work on controlling the movements. That's a big part of our yoga practice, is learning to control our movements. If you feel that kind of shakiness in your center, a kind of earthquakey, rumbly feeling in your abs, that's really good. I really like that. For me, that means I'm building some deep inner strength. Okay. Now, once you finish with 5, go ahead and rest the head and the shoulders down. Let your arms come down and just place your hands onto your belly and take a few natural, easy breaths. Just letting go of some of that effort for a moment, moving into a place of stillness. And now let's bring our right knee back in towards our body, and then the left. Okay, allowing both knees to come in for single knee to chest pose. And we're just going to rock a little side to side. And then from here, I'd like you to roll onto your left side. So you're going to let your knees come down. You're going to be laying on your left side. Make sure that you've got about an arm's distance of space above your head. For me, my wall was in the way, so I scooped down just a little bit to give myself that extra space. Okay? And then if you find that your head is resting on the ground and it feels a little short on the bottom side, I want you to try to place a pillow or a blanket underneath your head so that you're able to maintain a nice neutral neck here while you're laying on the left side. We're going to come through some twists. Stack your knees right on top of one another, and then bend the knees and bring them up to about the height of the hips. If that doesn't feel good, you can drop them down a little bit, that's okay. But what I want you to try and do is create a kind of fallen chair position in the legs, as if you were lying down on your side in a chair position. And then you're gonna bring both hands to touch into prayer hands or namaste hands. And the arms are straight out in front of you. Now the first twist, we're going to be taking the right arm up into the air. So I want you to take a breath in and reach your arm straight up into the air. So it's right over the shoulder again. And as you exhale, you're going to open up your ribs towards the ceiling and bring your arms back into that T-shaped position. Take another breath in and bring the arms straight up. And then exhale and join your palms together again. Let's do that again. Inhale the right arm up, allowing your ribs to roll open, allowing your hips to follow along with the movement if that feels right. Just letting go. And then with your breath, coming right back to the starting position. Let's do that one more time. And maybe you follow your fingertips with your eyes, just allowing your head and neck to enjoy a little bit of rotation as well as you do this practice. Good. And now bringing both palms back together, we're going to change the pattern of the arm. So I want you to imagine that there's a big circle around your entire body drawn on the earth. You're going to be tracing that circle with your right fingertips. So as you inhale, you're going to bring your right arm up alongside your ear, kind of starting to trace that circle. Start to roll the ribs open and reach the arm out to the side into a T. Start to sweep the arm down by your side waist. And then bring it back out in front of you, completing that big circle. And then again, inhale up and open. And then exhale down and around. Good, one more, just flowing at your own breath pace. Inhale up and open. Exhale down and around. Take one more here. Okay, inhale up and open. Now when you get to the twist part, I want you to pause in the twist and just allow yourself to sink in now. Okay, let your hips relax, let your knees relax. If there's any subtle little adjustments that you need to make so that this feels comfortable in your back, you're welcome to shimmy around a little bit. But I'd like you to just pause in the twist and allow yourself to move into a kind of still place. Just letting gravity do most of the work for you now. Letting go of the effort and moving into the ease. In yoga, one of the most important sutras is a sutra that explains the benefits of cultivating balance between effort and ease. When it comes to the body and all of our bodily functions, like our nervous system, our digestive system, the limbic system, the endocrine system, all of these incredible systems that are working together, they thrive when there is a balance between dynamism or movement, the doing part, the doing side of the human being, and then the stillness. They do really well when there's a balance between the dynamism and the stillness. The stillness is more of the rest, digest, calm, restoring side of self. And so as you rest here in this simple twist for just a few more moments, contemplate that idea of moving into a state of being, of letting go of the doing and just being. Take another deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to just sweep that right arm up and roll back onto your left side. Okay. And now from here, we're going to play a little bit with rolling over to the other side. And I would like you to lift your right arm, lift your right leg about the same time and lower it back down. Try that again. Lift your right leg, lift your right arm. So you're lifting both limbs at the same time, lower down. And now you're going to use the limbs to create a little bit of momentum as you roll onto your back and all the way over towards the right side. There's no right or wrong with that. It's just a little playful kind of way to move to the right side. I'm going to switch sides here, so I'm looking at the camera. And so now you should be on your right side, Renana, and you've got your knees bent. You've got your hips and knees about the same height. Both arms are straight out in front of you with the hands in the namaste position. And we're going to start with the left arm just going up into the air and over. Go ahead and breathe in. Left arm up. Opening up into a nice twist here. Going only as far as feels comfortable in your back this evening. And then use your breath, exhale, and come right back to center. Inhale, left arm up. Perhaps you follow your fingertips with your eyes. And then exhale back to center. Good. Do that one more time. Take your time. There's no rush. And then exhale. Okay, so starting back at the starting position, we're now going to change that movement pattern. We're going to draw a big circle with the left arm. So you're going to inhale the left arm up alongside your ear. Roll open into the twist. And then sweep the arm down towards your body, down towards your side waist, and then back around starting position. And so I'm continuing to allow my ribs to move with the rotation of the arm, right, with the circling. Let's do one more nice big circle. So 3 total. Noticing the nice stretch you might be getting in your chest, in your upper back. Okay, now once you've completed that circle, go ahead and circle once again just to bring yourself into that open twist. And once you get there, drop in. See if you can just sink into the twist, sink into the stillness, and let go. And as you let go into this pose, I want you to allow your breath, the exhale especially, to be like an anchor. Allow the exhale to steady your body. Allow it to steady your mind. See if you can anchor your awareness to your breath the same way that an anchor will steady a boat. Many times when we are practicing this idea of doing nothing, sometimes we can often mistake doing nothing or practicing stillness as having no attention to anything. And when in truth, even when you are practicing doing nothing or practicing, the art of stillness, there is still attention. There is still attention and consciousness and awareness of the practice. And this is where we can start to move towards some of the deeper layers of our awareness, deeper layers of our understanding of ourself. We can start to look at the fluctuations of our thoughts and our feelings and gain some very valuable insight. One of my favorite meditation and spiritual teachers, Jack Kornfield, will often remind his students when he's teaching that these practices of yoga, breathing, meditation, they aren't practices we do to improve ourselves or to be better than we already are, because we're already really good at breathing, right? We're already really good at being human. These practices are there to help us know ourselves better, to gain insight, so that we can get a little closer to realizing our deepest truths. Taking one more breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your left arm up and over again, carefully unwinding out of the twist. And then let's try that little playful roll onto the back. Let's do a little practice here. We're going to lift the left arm and lift the left leg and lower it down. And then just like we're kind of gearing up for, we'll do it one more time. And then both limbs at the same time create just enough momentum to roll onto the back. And then you're going to come onto your back. And then from here, I want you to go ahead and slip the hands behind the backs of your thighs. And you're going to use your legs now to create a little bit more momentum to rock and roll your way up to a seat. And you're welcome to take one or two rocks if you want to, just to kind of invigorate yourself. And then once you're up, once you've had your fill, go ahead and come up to a comfortable seat. And just cross your legs in front of you. And take a moment to just rock side to side, finding a nice equal distribution of weight between the right and the left side of self. And bring your palms right on top of your knees. And we're going to do a little release for the neck. And so I want you to start by drawing some circles in the air with your nose. Nice big circles. You can drop your chin down and then start to draw. Nice big circles in the air with your nose. As the nose reaches up, I like to also think about reaching through my chin. Gives me a nice stretch in the front of the throat. As you do this nice circle, just notice how the neck is feeling today. Notice how the right side and the left side are feeling, if there's a subtle difference at all. And then go ahead and reverse, a circle in the opposite direction. Oh, I love neck, a little bit of neck movement. My neck tends to get pretty tight, kind of locked up sometimes, especially if I'm feeling stressed. I tend to hold a lot of my tension there and also in my back. Maybe there's a place where you tend to carry a lot of your stress. Go ahead and come back to center. And you're going to make sure that you're seated up nice and tall. I want you to create a little bit of that awareness again of center by gently engaging your abdominals. As you sit up tall, you'll want to relax your shoulders back and down. And you're going to take your right hand to your left shoulder. And you're going to use the weight of the right arm to just gently depress that shoulder down. And just moving it away from the ear a little bit without pushing too hard. And then from here, you're going to drop the head over towards the right. So the weight of the head is helping to create the stretch and also the weight of your right arm. And then just go to a point where you feel a stretch and then let gravity do the rest of the work. If you feel sharp pain or a sharp pinch, that's just an indication that you're going just a little too far. You'll want to ease out of the stretch a bit and then just breathe there instead. I'm holding this stretch here for just another few cycles of breath. And then bring your head back up. Release your right arm. And you're going to loop that left shoulder around a couple of times. Nice big circles. Good. And then relax, relax that shoulder. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So left hand now to right shoulder, and just letting the left arm get heavy. Notice how that can kind of help do that action of depressing the shoulder down. And then from here, you're gonna drop the head over towards the left. Just letting it come down any amount that feels right, that feels appropriate. And just breathe. Good. One more breath here. And then go ahead and bring the head back up. Release your left arm. And we're going to do some nice big circles here in the right shoulder. Good. Okay, and now from here, I want you to bring your right hand down to the earth. Inhale your left arm up and lean over towards the right, any amount. You can slide the hand away from you to create a side bend, a nice bend in the side of your body. I want you to think of allowing the left sit bone to energetically root down into the earth. Send your breath into that whole right side body. Good, take another deep breath in here. And on the exhale, you're going to rotate your ribs. So you're looking down towards the earth. You'll bring the left hand to the ground and you're going to walk your hands around. So you're traveling around towards the front edge of your mat or towards your legs. And then you're going to come into a forward fold. So you're going to lower your head, lower your ribs over the folded legs. Come into a little forward fold here for a nice release in the hips. Think of your sit bones and your tailbone as a nice root, like a trunk, roots of a tree, rooting down into the ground, keeping you nice and grounded, nice and steady in the lower half of the body as you fold your spine up and over the legs, dropping the head, releasing any tension in the jaw, relaxing your eyes. On your next inhale, walk your hands all the way back to lift yourself all the way back up to a seat. And then go ahead and switch the cross of the legs, bringing the opposite shin in front, sitting up nice and tall once again, finding that little proud feeling in your heart. The left hand comes out to the side, and you're going to inhale the right arm up. And then exhale and lean over towards the left. You can slide the hand away from you as you come into a side bend here. Sending that right sit bone down as you lift up and over. Breathing into the side ribs. Allowing the natural breath to flow. Nice and easy. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, rotate your ribs. So you're looking more towards the earth and then bring that right hand down. Travel around, all the way around so that you're over your legs. Take an inhale and then exhale and fold. Allow perhaps the elbows come down towards the earth. They may or may not touch the ground. Letting the head drop, getting a nice release in the back of the neck. Good. On your next breath in, you're going to walk your hands towards your legs again, lifting your body all the way back up to a seat. Sliding the hands onto the knees. As you inhale, take the arms out to the side and up. Reaching up, touch your palms above your head, and as you exhale, join your hands together at your heart. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale up. Perhaps you lift your gaze and look up as your palms touch. And then exhale the hands to the heart. 1 more time. Inhale as you lift. And exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Now this time, lift your arms all the way up into the air and find this kind of wide V shape. Okay, something perhaps like this, or maybe a little bit more narrow. You can either rotate your palms so they're facing in towards one another, or you can turn your palms towards me, whatever feels most comfortable in your shoulders right now. And I want you to just see if you can stay here for a few moments with your breath. Keeping the arms up. If your shoulders start to get really tired, take a break. And if you're all right here, if you can stay with this little challenge for just a few more moments. Awesome. Just building a little strength in the shoulders. Remember to soften them gently away from the ears. They are gonna lift up a bit when the arms lift, of course, but try not to squeeze them up by the ears too much. Soften, create space. Good. 1 more deep breath in. And then exhale and release. You can tap your fingers down to the earth. All right, now from here, I'd like you to come onto your hands and your knees. And you're going to bring your palms right under your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hips. And we're going to come through a little mini vinyasa, a little mini breath connection with movement. Okay. On your next breath in, I want you to lift your head, lift your heart, lift your tailbone, coming into cow pose. And as you exhale, you're going to round your spine and shift your hips back towards your heels for extended child's pose. The elbows are straight, the hands are glued to the earth, and you're just reaching your tailbone back towards your heels. On your next inhale, you're going to round your spine as you come up through tabletop, big cat pose here, and then lift your head, lift your heart at the very last moment, coming through cow pose. Exhale, shift the hips back, extended child's pose. And then inhale, round your spine as you come up, and then lift your head, lift your heart, cow pose. So find a fluidity here in your spine, a movement that allows you to connect with each and every vertebrae as you move each one by one, finding a kind of like watery-like movement. Let your breath flow with ease. And just find what feels really nice here. Just moving the body in a gentle but effective way, releasing any tension that may have built up from your day. Okay, take 1 more. And then come all the way back up to tabletop pose. You're going to walk your hands forward a couple of inches in front of your shoulders. And then shift your body weight forward so that your shoulders float back over your wrists. You can see that my hips have come a little forward of my knees. So I'm in a variation of plank pose. Now from here, you're going to lower down towards the earth, nice and slow. Perhaps you take up to 5 cycles of breath. Or count to 5 as you lower all the way down. And then once you're down, allow your legs to come just a little wider than your hips to create some nice space for the lower back. And you're going to allow your hands to rest comfortably under the shoulders. My forearms are away from the earth, but I'm not in a full-on chaturanga position where my wrists are under my elbows. I've got them more forward so that my arms are in a little bit more of a comfortable position. I'm going to lift my shoulder heads away from the ground and bring a little engagement of my upper back. So I feel those muscles between my shoulder blades are engaged. You're going to reach through your legs, press your pubic bone down, and really ground yourself down through the lower half of the body. Now lift your head, lift your heart, and come into a low cobra pose. Squeeze your glutes and try not to push too much into the hands. Let this work come from your back. Okay, strong back. On your next exhale, you're going to lower down and look towards the left, creating a little rotation in the neck. Inhale, lift your head, lift your heart. Return your head to center. So you're looking down towards the earth or perhaps straight forward. And then exhale and lower down, looking towards the right. Let's do that one more time on each side. Inhale, lift, and look forward. It's a variation of cobra pose. Exhale, lower and look to the left. Okay, the legs are staying on the earth. You're reaching through your toes as you inhale and lift, look forward. Exhale, lower, and look to the right. Okay. And now lift your chest, lift your head, look forward once again. I want you to keep the lift of the heart. And you're going to slide your hands back now and bring your arms alongside your waist. So you're in a variation of locust pose now. The hands are reaching away from you so much that the arms have floated away from the earth. If you'd like, you can reach so much through the toes that the legs float away from the earth for full locust pose. And see if you can just be here and just breathe into this very strong but humble backward bend. Very strengthening for the back of your body, your glutes, your legs. And it's a wonderful pose to open up the chest, open up the heart. Now, if the shoulders permit and you want to interlace your fingers and then reach through your knuckles, you're more than welcome to do that too. That might provide you with even more of a stretch across your chest. One more breath. And then as you exhale, bring your hands into a little pillow right underneath the head and just rest your forehead down. Now see if you can move into stillness. Just let yourself land wherever you land and just be there. Just be right here. Relaxing your legs, relaxing your arms, and just feeling into the breath. Now from here, go ahead and slide your hands under your shoulders again. You're going to curl your toes under. And you're going to press up to that variation of plank pose again. Nice and slow. And then yogi's choice here. You can either move into a child's pose, or if you want, you can come into a down dog by curling your toes, lifting your hips, and then pushing the earth away. If you've come into a down dog, it might feel really nice because it's an inversion. You're getting a chance to just go upside down. Just let some of that, and you can kind of imagine here any mental chatter just flowing out of the crown of your head, and just your mind can just imagine that your mind is clearing right now. This is also a really great counter pose for locust pose. Getting a nice stretch in your back, nice stretch in the hamstrings too, just releasing the legs. Good. And take one or two more breaths. And then if you haven't already come down, go ahead and come down to child's pose. Just letting your knees come back to the earth. Go ahead and shift your hips back towards your heels. And just rest in child's pose for a moment. And then from here, come on up to tabletop. And you're going to swing your legs around. And we're going to come onto our back. So if there's anything that you want to use to support your body, I want you to do that. And then lie down and make yourself comfortable. We're going to do a short breathing practice now. This breathing practice is a practice for the nervous system. I'm going to teach you box breathing this evening. Box breathing is a wonderful practice that can be used to balance the autonomic nervous system. Often when we are experiencing a lot of stress, if we're in a circumstance where we are experiencing a lot of stress and feel overwhelmed, anxious, nervous, that can often show up in the body and can often show up in a very overactive mind. And so this practice of box breathing is a really great practice to reset the body, to encourage a more relaxed and calm state of mind, which can really improve our overall well-being. Box breathing is a counted breath. We're going to be inhaling for a count of 4. We're going to hold the breath for a count of 4. We'll be exhaling for a count of 4. And then we're going to hold the exhalation out for a count of 4. And so what I'd like you to do now is just relax. I want you to relax your arms, relax your legs. You can close your eyes if you'd like. And just intend to bring a sense of ease in your body right now. And now I'd like you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose, just filling up to a comfortable capacity. And then sigh the breath out. Let the whole breath release. Do that one more time, just as a way to set the stage, if you will. Breathing in and sighing the breath out. And then I'll guide you into box breath. Now inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Nice work. I want you to just relax now. Relax back into a natural, easy breathing. And just notice how that felt to do the 4 counted box breath. If for any reason it felt like stress or strain, like there was too much resistance, you have permission to modify. You can do a 3 count or a 2 count. It's important that you establish a sense of ease in your breathing practice, especially if it is a new practice. Now, if the 4 count felt okay, I'm going to go ahead and stick with that 4 count. And remember, if you need to stop or modify, you can do that at any time. Okay, we're going to try this again, and this time we'll go for a few rounds. Start by taking a nice deep breath in, just clearing the slate. And then sigh the breath out and relax your body. Relax your facial muscles. Do that one more time, breathing in and breathing out. And then we'll begin. Now inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Really nice. Now let go of the box breathing and relax back into stillness. Relax back into gentle, easy, natural breathing. And just take a moment to observe the imprint of the practice on your body and your mind. Ideally, your body will feel relaxed and very steady. Maybe a sense of heaviness or lightness. And ideally, the mind will feel alert, yet calm, spacious and clear. Now, as you rest here for just a moment, I'd like to share with you a quote. This is a quote from Eckhart Tolle. To know yourself as the being underneath the thinker, the stillness underneath the mental noise, the love and joy underneath the pain is freedom, salvation, enlightenment. And now, gently and gradually bring a little bit of movement into your body. Perhaps you wiggle your fingers a bit, your toes. If you'd like, you can nod your head side to side. Maybe wiggle your bottom jaw a little bit. And then take your arms up into the air and stretch in any way that would feel good. And if a yawn wants to come up and out, just let it. Now's the perfect time to ease into the quiet of night. Hug your knees into your body and gently roll side to side. And then make your way over to one side, your favorite side, and gently press on up. Come to that comfortable seated position again with your palms at your heart. In Anjali Mudra, this beautiful hand gesture for peace. And we'll close our practice tonight with an Om. Nice deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your precious practice with me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was so nice to have you here. It's always nice to have new faces in Candlelight Flow.
always glad to come back to your class.
Yes. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your night, very peaceful night, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
All right, good night.